Right, we are on review for question number 4. So, looking at question number 4, if I'm reading this, what I can do is I can first, because there's no picture, I don't know exactly what I'm comparing. I can see faster and slower, so I probably can assume I'm transferring energy. Let's go ahead and read the question first. Lily is doing a science experiment with a substance in a sealed jar. At first, the substance molecules are moving around each other. What will happen to Lily's substance if she transfers energy into the substance and causes a phase change? So, what important information do we have? Our first piece of information is we have how molecules are moving. And the second piece of important information we have is that we are transferring energy into. The question itself is right here. After the phase change, the substance molecules will move. So we know a phase change happened. We know that energy was transferred into it. So we want to determine how these substances are moving. Okay. So let's go ahead and break this down. This is going to be a chapter 2 question. And a chapter 2 question is all about transferring energy in or out of the substance. So let's kind of break this down and talk about that and look at that in the sim. So remember, if I am going to be transferring energy into a substance, if I transfer energy in, remember, pay attention to the temperature. I want you to pay attention to the amount of kinetic energy and looking at how much energy I'm transferring in. So I'm going to be transferring energy in. Here we go. Transferring energy in. If I transfer energy in, my temperature is rising. We can also see that I'm starting to get more yellow, more kinetic energy. And remember, kinetic energy is the same as speed, right? If I have more movement, I'm going to have more speed. I'm going to have more kinetic energy. So we can think that kinetic energy is the same as speed. So as I continue to transfer energy in, we can see that my molecules are even getting more yellow. So I'm getting more speed and more temperature into my substance. We also know that temperature is the average speed, right? Temperature is average speed. So if my temperature is increasing, that means my molecule's speed is increasing, right? So let's come back to our thing. So what did we just learn and observe in the sim? We observed that when I transfer energy in, what I'm seeing is that the speed of the molecules increase and the molecules have more space. Okay. So if I'm transferring energy in, my molecules' speed is increasing and the molecules get more space in between them. Now let's look at the opposite. So average speed, right? Let's look at the opposite. What if I'm going to transfer my energy out? So transferring energy out of a substance. Let's start here. Okay, so transferring energy out of the substance. Let's give it a little bit more energy and a little bit more temperature so we can see. Okay, so once again, we're going to be paying attention to our temperature. And remember, temperature is the average speed of the molecules. So if my temperature goes down, that means my speed is also going to go down. I'm going to transfer energy out and we're going to pay attention what's happening to the colors of our molecules, okay? Because remember, KE, kinetic energy, is also similar to speed. If I have more kinetic energy, I have more speed. If I have less kinetic energy, I have less speed. So looking at this in the sim again, if I start to transfer energy out, we can see that my temperature is decreasing. I can see that my molecules are starting to become around this color. I'm starting to lose more and more of the yellow molecules. I'm starting to lose more and more of the kinetic energy. My molecules are starting to come closer together. They're not filling the container as much. And I've lost a lot of speed, you can see, as I transfer energy out. So coming back here, what did we just observe in the sim? If I transfer energy out, that means the speed of the molecules decrease and the molecules have less space in between them. So thinking about that, okay, let's go back to the question. The molecules are moving around each other. What do we know about moving around? Moving around means that they started as a liquid. So if I know they started to move around, they were moving around, they started as a liquid, and I'm transferring energy into, we just observed that when we transfer energy in, the speed of the molecules increase. So I know that they're going to be going faster. So already I can get rid of here because of the slower. I want to pay attention to this faster. So now, if I'm transferring energy in and I know that the molecules are already moving around, which identified as a liquid, then the only other option we have is if it's already transferred energy in and it started as a liquid, it can't end as a liquid. It has to end as a gas.